Yes, hi. So good evening, everyone. Let's start the session. I think in the meanwhile others will be joining. If not, then they'll see the recording. Actually, I'll first of all set the agenda for the session because you must be a bit confused due to the title Ask Me Anything. Basically, it has been observed in UPSC, especially amongst the aspirant, that major times they are facing certain issues like certain dilemmas related to book list, certain dilemmas related to their preparation. More so ever, I often came across several UPSC aspirants who are having a lot of doubts. Each and every institute is providing mentorship, they are providing a set pattern of guidance from the teachers and all. But the kind of counseling and the kind of personal touch which is required, that I feel sometimes is lacking. Like you people must be having multiple doubts, multiple suspicions, and multiple assumptions about the examination. But hardly is there anyone who can resolve them based on a personal touch, or who can resolve them without any biases or without any foundation. That is the thing. So I wanted other people also to join because this is a kind of session where you can ask anything related to the examination, strategy, planning, book list, and ample amount of doubts which you people might be having. Because every now and then I feel on a daily basis you people might be having several questions, several confusions in your life. So that is why I want you to come up with the questions. And without wasting any time, I would recommend that you people open up about any questions regarding UPSC that you are having. This is not a session where I am giving mentorship to you or I am giving a customized or a pre-planned strategy to you. Rather, this is a session for you people. For you people, I mean to say that you may be having a lot of doubts. So you can ask any doubt you want. Okay. So without any further delay, what I would suggest you, just you can ask me. You can unmute one by one whosoever wants to know. Okay, or ask anything one by one, you can ask. Somebody has asked the first question. Shri has asked. Thank you for this session. So we know that future UPSC exam going to be more tough. How to tackle with this new pattern? Okay, Shri. First of all, I would like to know that why do you feel that the paper is going to be more tough? Because each and every year I hear from the aspirant that the year in which we attempted the paper was the toughest year. Like if you ask a person who gave the examination in 2022 and they didn't appear in 23, they will say no, 22 paper was more tough. So come up, Shri, why do you feel that the 24 or 25 attempt will be more tough as compared to 23, 24? There might be other way around also. There are chances that a 24 examination might be a less tough. So can you tell me what is the reason for this presumption that you are having? Shri, you can unmute yourself and you can talk. Am I audible? Okay, Shri. So taking your question on the face value, look, if you talk about UPSC examination, no, it has always been a bit tough. Okay. Yes, they are eliminating older techniques. It has always been tough, I would say. But frankly speaking, it is tough for those people who don't know the art or the expertise of qualifying the paper, especially the prelims examination. I truly understand your concern and suspicion, and I truly understand that prelims examination is a bit of not only content and knowledge but also luck, because luck factor is definitely there. But what I would say, that if you practice more and more the questions, if you revise more and more your topics and your concepts, the basic concepts and foundation is very, very strong, trust me, no question will be very tough for you. I have often heard from aspirants who have constantly and subsequently qualified prelim one year after the other that their only approach was to stick to the basics, to keep their foundations very strong, okay, and not to move from here to one place to another, switching from one book to another, switching from one resource to another. Okay, what I would say, when it comes to prelims exam especially, you stick to one standard resource for any particular subject. You might be getting advice and suggestions from various domains and people that take this book, I have read this book, this is very good. But rather I would say one book is more than sufficient, and that one book should be a standard book from a standard author. Secondly, that book should be suiting you in the sense that should be suitable for you to read. Many people also have their personal preferences. So in that case, I would advise each and every one of you to take any such resource which is not only standard but also suitable for you. Okay. For each and every subject, there are at least 2 to 3 books that are very, very effective and that are standard for UPSC. Let's take an example of history. Bipin Chandra, Spectrum. Okay, Shekhar Bandyopadhyay is also a very good book. Let's take example of polity, D.D. Basu, Lakshmikant. Okay, take an example of geography. Then we have Khullar, we have Majid Hussain, we have NCRTs. Okay, so 2 to 3 resources are there for each and every subject. It depends upon your customization and your suitability, which standard resource is best suiting you. That means you are able to understand the content written in it. And secondly, any particular resource which you are taking, you should not mix it with any other resource because that might create too much confusion. And thirdly, which is very, very important thing, only thing that you need to diversify is your current affair resources. Reason being, current affairs nowadays is being asked from various places. Various places means not only one newspaper, but 2 to 3 newspapers, magazines like Yojana, Kurukshetra, Frontline, random articles. You people are UPSC aspirants. You might be surfing Google. You might be checking Google every now and then. In your suggestions, in your Google, you will find various suggestive articles like from any particular magazine, from any particular newspaper, any journal. So whenever you get free time, try to surf those articles, try to go through those articles in your free time. That will be very, very helpful for you. Okay. So Shri, make sure that you stick to one particular resource, have a good foundation, okay, and diversify the current affair resources. When I mean to say diversify, that means keep 1 or 2 standard source which you will read on a regular basis. In your free time or in your leisure time, whenever you have extra additional time or and do not have the burden of studying too many books, at that particular moment, go to your suggestions, go to YouTube, watch certain debates, watch certain good channels like Sunset TV, National Geographic. There you will find very good articles. Okay. So try to make your foundations strong. That is the first and foremost requirement. And secondly, after you are done with your basics, try to revise them constantly and side by side, make sure that you are reading current affairs from diverse resources. Okay. Yes, somebody else who may ask the question. This is not only related to academics. You can ask anything related to time management. You can ask anything related to UPSC, apprehension, motivation, anything. So this is an open session. So come up with your question. Fitness test. Shri, what kind of fitness test? Look, if you are looking to go into technical services like IPS is there, IRS Customs is there, Railway Protection Force Assistant Commissioner is there. In that case, you need to have a bit of higher level of fitness. Rest all other services like IAS, IRS, IT, then postal services and all other allied services, you don't need to worry too much about fitness. Reason being, in those particular services, I will say, you do not require that much medical fitness. Okay, even if you are having some minor complications, medical complications to be more precise, they will not be rejecting you. Okay, the only thing is eyesight, medical, complete medical fitness. These things need to be looked at in cases of IPS, IRS, customs, as well as rail protection for assistant commissioner, DANIF services and all. Okay. So basic fitness, as I am having, you all are having, basic fitness is the only requirement. Monish, CSAT paper. I'll tell you very good strategy, Monish, for CSAT, and this is for everyone. CSAT paper is having 3 segments, as you people must be aware of. Okay, one segment is the comprehension. Second segment is the logical reasoning part. Third segment is the quantitative aptitude part. Right now, you people yourself identify by judging and analyzing yourself on the parameters of test series, on the parameters of constant practicing questions and revision, that which are the 2 areas or 2 segments where you find it very comfortable to solve questions. Okay, there might be 2 segments definitely where you will be comfortable, whether it will be English comprehension or logical reasoning and quantitative aptitude, or comprehension or comprehension and quantitative aptitude, right? So now it is for you people to judge yourself that which are the 2 areas where I am most comfortable with. If you feel that these are the two sections where I am comfortable and I'll be able to solve the questions from it, work upon those two sections throughout the year. By working upon it, I mean solve as many questions as possible, develop your forte, develop your niche area in that. Your expertise should be such that from the English comprehension, if around 25-26 questions are coming in the exam, you will be able to solve 22 to 23 questions. Okay. So from there itself, 60 marks are secured, right? Then from reasoning or quantitative aptitude, whichever section is suitable for you, try to solve the remaining question, at least 5 to 6 or 7. Hardly you require around 36 to 37 questions to be attempted with efficacy, I will say, means with 99% accuracy to qualify the CSAT paper. Okay, because out of 80 questions you cannot solve out all the 80. Okay, and I would not recommend you to go for 60-65 questions in CSAT paper. Reason being, nowadays the kind of difficulty is a bit higher. So in that scenario, if you are going for 60 plus question, there are high probabilities that you will end up on a negative side. Okay, so be very calculative, take risk, but calculative risk is a must. So make sure that you people are taking CSAT paper in this way that right from now itself, work upon two segments. Third segment you can totally ignore. If somebody is not good at mathematics, try not to solve mathematics questions at all. Okay, if somebody is not at all good at logical reasoning, just ignore logical reasoning. What I would advise you people, English is one of the most easy things to be mastered upon in the coming days, in the coming 6 months. Make sure that you try to solve as many comprehension of previous years as well as model papers, so that you develop your expertise and good hand there. Okay, so that every year 25 to 26 questions will be coming from English comprehension, and that will itself will solve 60 to 70% of your problems. Okay. Raga Deepika has asked, sir, doing optional is advisable up to December or January, or shall we completely focus on prelims preparation? As I didn't qualify prelims. Okay. So Deepika, can you tell me what is your optional subject? Because a lot depends upon that. So if
Yes,
possible, you can take
anthropology.
which one?
Anthropology.
Anthropology. So look, anthropology, sociology are two optionals whose syllabus is one of the most concise in UPSC exam as compared to other optional. Okay, I'll tell you. Now, if you are confident that by December or by January you will be able to complete one reading of both the papers, you can close by December end or January. If at all you have done only one paper, okay, then also it is fine. By December, if you complete one paper itself, you can close, and then you can focus upon prelims exam. Reason being, even after prelims exam, you will get ample amount of time to solve this and get this through this anthropology or sociology, because they are very concise. I tell you from my experience, I had sociology as my optional. Even after not completing the second paper, complete revision before prelims exam, I was able to complete at least 2 to 3 readings just after prelims. So being a subject which has a very less syllabus, you will be able to complete its revision after preliminary exam very easily. So you can close it by December and focus upon prelims from January itself. Okay, Divika.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, somebody else, please ask me. I can see many people here. Please come up. Diksha, PSIR is a very broad and expansive optional. I'll say it is very vast. So I would say you try to cover it as much as possible, even if it takes the month of January. Try to finish it by January, at least first reading of both the papers. The reason being, after preliminary, it will become a bit risky to keep it pending. The reason being, its syllabus is very vast, especially the IR section, considering the fact that it has a lot of dynamism and current affairs part. So make sure that you are focusing upon this. Okay. Yes, come up with the questions, guys. Yes. Anybody else having questions? And you can ask questions related to anything I am saying. So don't hesitate, because I have come up with this session because I want you people to feel that personal touch, that we are giving you some kind, such kind of personal guidance and personalized mentorship kind of thing. How to manage UPSC and state PSC parallelly. Richie, which state do you belong to? Richie, if I may ask, which state do you belong to, please? MP. Okay. So, Reggie, look, MP, I believe the syllabus of MP as compared to other state examination is not that much vast, except for the state PSC sections and syllabus that you have to study, especially prelims exam, because there are a lot of questions from state section. So, what you can do when it comes to managing them parallelly, if you are a full-time aspirant, means you are not working anywhere or you are not going to college, then in that particular case, what you can do, you can dedicate your weekends for basic preparation of your MPPSC exam, and Monday to Friday, the time you can allot for UPSC exam preparation. I understand this might become a bit hectic, but make sure that Monday to Friday you are allotting time for UPSC. Saturdays, Sundays, 2 hours each you can allot for MPPSC preparation, specifically focusing upon the state syllabus and those sections which are unique, not overlapping with UPSC. Reason being, those syllabus sections which are overlapping with UPSC, you are ultimately and automatically preparing for it from the UPSC syllabus. So those unique sections which you feel that are specific to the state of MPPSC exam, that you can prepare from in advance itself on the weekends like Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Nikhil has asked me, this is my first attempt. Good, Nikhil. My doubt is that should one be ready for mains before prelims, or after prelims it will be covered? Nikhil, look, considering the nature of the exam, how it is changing, and the type of questions UPSC is asking, I would advise you to be prepared with both prelims and mains in an integrated manner. UPSC exams should be prepared in an integrated way only because, look, prelims mains exam is nothing but an expansion of your prelims examination. Okay. Let's take an example. If a question comes in the prelims exam about ordinance, okay, or emergency, then same in the mains exam, the UPSC will ask you the application part of it. That whether emergency, whether applying president rule in a state is good or not. What is your opinion on president using his ordinance power again and again? Okay. So prelims and mains are interrelated. I would suggest yes, you should prepare both of them side by side and together, especially up till December or January, if not fully. Okay. And then from January itself, you can focus upon your prelims exam totally. One or two subject that you can keep pending for mains exam, you can note down, I'll tell you. One is post-independence history. Another one is world history. Third one, I would say to some extent, if you want international relations or internal security portion, that you can keep pending and you can cover it up after the prelims examination. Okay, Nikhil. Yashwant has asked me time management and consistency. Both are difficult. How to manage, especially preparing for GS and CSAT. Look, Yashwant, I will tell you, time management becomes difficult for those people who are getting bounded by hours. Okay. Rather, I would recommend you from tomorrow you follow this practice. Rather than telling yourself that I will study for 7 hours or 8 hours, what you can do from tomorrow, you can set daily targets. What do I mean by daily targets? That wake up tomorrow morning, set a target for yourself that today I will study 2 to 3 chapters from any GS subject. I will complete reading of one newspaper. I will finish these many topics from current affairs. I will practice 5 or 6 objective questions. And if you are writing answers, I'll practice one answer writing. Then calculate your time. Okay. Don't look at the watch during that phase. Then calculate your time. And this schedule you set for a daily basis. Set micro targets for yourself. When I say micro targets, first set daily targets for coming 2 3 days, then make this weekly target, then make it fortnightly 15 days target, and then monthly target. You will come into the discipline right away without even looking at the watch. I'll tell you, I used to follow this. I also got a lot of problems related to time management, but what I used to do, I did not bind myself in hours. Rather, what I did, every morning when I woke up, I set a target for myself that this is my objective for today. If reading 2 chapters from any particular subject takes 1 hour, then I'll study for 1 hour. I'm not going to boast it off that I have studied for 8 hours. If you are able to bring out the best possible part out of you, even in 4 hours, that is more than enough. You might be reading interviews and newspapers about aspirants telling 12 hours study, 13 hours study. Look, Hours doesn't decide how much effort are you putting. It is the quality of work that decides. Okay, so if you are content and effective in 2 to 3 hours, I would say that is more than sufficient. If you are content and effective in 8 hours, then give 8 hours time. Okay, so it depends upon your competency and your caliber, how much time you are taking to complete your daily objectives. So set micro targets. Micro targets will help you. Okay, don't bind yourself in hours. I'm telling you right from the beginning. Start following it from tomorrow. Set target for yourself. Keep it on a A4 size paper. Stick it on a wall. That today I will complete these chapters. I'll complete this. I'll complete this. And then at the end of the day, just figure out how many hours you studied. That is the amount of time needed every day. Okay. Nikhil has asked like means specific answer writing and all. Yes, Nikhil, you need to cover it in the beginning only. Okay. Deepika again has asked, for economy, we need to start from class 6th NCRT or 11th and 12th NCRT enough. Deepika, if you feel that if after reading the standard concept from standard books and lectures, if you are taking any, if you feel that things are very much clear to you and the concepts are very much clear, there is no doubt or confusion in that, you can just read 11th and 12th NCRT for once. There is no need to go for NCRTs of economic specifically, because nowadays the trend has been changing. Reason being, if you look at the paper of the last 3 4 years, the type of questions UPSC is asking, it is basically oriented towards current affairs. Even if basic questions are coming, let's take an example of inflation. Okay, since last 1.5 year, inflation has been a burning topic every now and then due to prices going up in our country. Then UPSC will take a cue or reference from this. What it will do, it will just pick up a random question, ask you about monetary policy committee in the exam. It will ask you about inflation targeting. It will ask you about CPI, WPI. So it is not bringing the question from the moon. Rather, it is just taking reference from current affairs, and that idea it is putting into the paper. So I previous sessions also I told all you people, make sure that you people are reading current affairs and taking ideas from it, that what kind of questions are coming. Many who joined last time for my session, they have started doing that. They were in touch with me also, and they might have felt some changes in their preparation and some effectivity. Okay. Abhas has asked me regarding polity. I'm a little bit confused. Like, what should be my approach? As I have chosen Waziram, Yellow Book over Lakshmikant, but now I am confused with mains perspective. Okay. Abhas, polity or any other subject, specifically those subjects which are dynamic. Okay. Dynamic subject, polity, economy, IR, environment. These subject, if you are through with the basics and fundamental concepts once, okay. By fundamental concepts, I mean each and every sections have been completed of the syllabus, out of the syllabus. Then for mains examination, you don't have to do anything. The only additional work left is you just have to value add to it. Means value addition. How will you do value addition? If you have completed the polity even from Vajiram or Lakshmikant, that is good. Then what you need to do, you just need to club it with the current affairs. So integrate your notes with the current affair. If you have made certain notes on fundamental rights, just integrate it with the current affairs and update it. So regular updation has to be done. That will suffice for your mains exam. Okay. One common question: when to start for prelims examination? Look, this is a good question also, and this is a very confusing question also, but I'll tell you, there is no apt or appropriate time to start for prelims. Means if somebody says that 1 year should be 1 year time should be there to start for prelims, I'll tell you, he or she might be lying. I'll tell you, okay, okay, because each and every person who is preparing for prelims exam has been preparing. Some are preparing from 5 years, some are preparing from 10 years, and they are not able to qualify prelims. Okay, then what you will say about those aspirants? Some who even start 6 months before the prelims exam, they are able to qualify. There are many toppers who just made up their mind to give UPSC 6 months or 5 months before, and they came out with the flying colors. So exact date or time for starting with the prelims is not there, but yes, you people need to at least know that how much time it will take for you, because you people are very much aware about your caliber and capabilities. So each and every individual has his or her own road to success. So if you are able to figure out that yes, this is the syllabus of UPSC exam, these books I'll read, and I would require this much time to complete my journey, whether it is 6 months, whether it is 8 months, or even if it 2 years. Okay, there is no harm in being ashamed, or there is no need to be ashamed of it. Okay, that I need 2 years to prepare for my prelims exam, or I need 1 year to prepare for my prelims exam. Okay, syllabus is in front of you, book lists are there, notes are there. Now you decide by yourself that how much time will you take to complete the journey. It is same like giving everybody a vehicle and telling them to complete these many kilometers with this much petrol. Okay, so you people might be knowing how much time will you take to complete this much journey. Okay, so each and every individual's journey is different, each and every individual's road to success is different. Okay, don't copy anyone, don't emulate anyone. I might take 1 year to prepare for prelims exam, Richi might take 2 years to prepare, Shri might take 1.5 years to prepare. Who knows, Nikhil might take only 4 months to prepare and he can qualify the paper. Okay, generally the amount of syllabus which is there, the amount of content which is there, I would say, okay, if I need to give you a particular specific date, if you are very, if people might be very much adamant that sir, we need a date, then also you give us a date. Then from the recent trends or past trends, it has been observed that it generally takes 1.5 years to go through the syllabus at least once. Okay, but depending upon each and every person's capacity, again I'm repeating. Okay, so telling that 1 year, it might differ from person to person and people to people, individual to individual. Okay, yes, come up with the questions, anyone else? Yes, any question related to anything. Richie, please tell about the steps of answer writing. Like I have wrote one answer, get it evaluated in my notes. Then sir, do I need to write more answer on same question answer for optional as it is said prepared your answer? Is this right time to do this? Look, Richie, now I would say time is very less if you are appearing for 2024 prelims exam. Okay. Coming to answer writing, from the perspective of answer writing, I would say that in this one session, telling about answer writing would not be justice, would not do justice to answer writing. But yes, I'll give you an idea when it comes to answer writing, that if you are writing any answer, okay, so introduction, main body, conclusion, three segments are there in the answer writing. Okay, whenever you are writing an answer, make sure that your answer is full-fledged and complete. When I say full-fledged and complete answer, it should first of all be very much specific to the context. Okay, when I say context, context means what is the demand of the question. Many of you might be focusing upon content, that I should write this report, I should mention that report, but I would definitely tell you UPSC is very much particular about the demand of the question, the context. Whatever you are writing, is it up to the demand, the task word of the question which is asked? Okay, you may write world class content, but if it is not fulfilling the demand of the question, you will not be getting marks, I'll tell you. You may write very basic content, but if it is fulfilling the demand of the question, that will fetch you more marks as compared to other people. Trust me. So make sure whenever you are writing any answer, you are writing it up to the demand of the question. First of all, read question again and again. Understand what is it asking basically. Is it a broad topic? Is it a narrow topic? Introduce your answer with a basic definition. Introduce your answer either with a background, or you can even give some recent happening. Okay, some recent current reports, some recent current data, depending upon the type of question. Okay, your introduction should be impactful. Impactful means while reading, the examiner should know that the student is trying to set the tone. Coming to main body, fill it up with examples. Whenever you are writing any point or any opinion related to any topic, support it by giving justified valid argument, valid data, valid example, or a report, so that examiner knows that whatever the aspirant is writing, he or she is writing with a solid valid point, not in a vacuum. Okay, and conclusion, whenever you are writing, make sure your conclusion is progressive in the sense, should be problem solving, it should be positive, it should be forward oriented. Okay, it should not look like a conclusion which is critical of anything. It should not look like a conclusion which is pessimistic or negative. It should not look like a conclusion that is not closed, or means that has left an open-ended question. Okay, it should be a conclusion that should not keep any confusion, clear cut conclusion. Okay,